This is breakfast. Last night's supper. Didn't get much sleep in the early part of the evening. There was a most enormous argument. It was actually quite spectacular. It started with just our camel people and our guide and some of the people from this this camp. And it ended up with reinforcements from both sides coming from over the hills until there were about 30 people. And the problem was, this area is divided into two sub-clans. And we quite rightly insisted on having two camelmen from each side. And as far as we knew, we had actually got two people from each side. Now, up until now, we've been travelling on the other side. And today we shifted over to the second part of the journey. And it then emerged that in fact we only had 4 people from the first group and none from the second group. So therefore the people from this group got angry that they were not being represented. And so the argument ensued, and we're now effectively stuck. We can't move on until this argument is solved. And it's very typical of the sort of problems that Burton faced on an almost daily basis. And it's just part of travelling in this area. And we just sit down, we're totally blameless, and we let them discuss it.
What we're seeing here is Somali freedom of speech at work, the right of every adult male to express their opinion on the subject. But unfortunately for us, the process takes time. The problem here has been caused by one specific elder. Elders hold office on the basis of merit, and if they fail in their duties, they can be ignominiously dismissed. And that is what the clan have decided to do with Musa.
The mistake was that Musa did it. I think he did other mistakes before us.
Yeah.
Similar to this one.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was blamed.
Right.
And now you can proceed.
I see.
But on the way, the sub-elder of this area, Dahir, we have to keep him.
Yeah.
And I told him that this afternoon
we will reach his
family.
His rare.
Yeah, he's rare, and he accepted. He accepted, and even he said, I will follow you up to some distance.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. That's it. That's the story.
Good.
That's the story.
So everything is
Everything
finished.
now is clear. Everything is finished.
The land belongs to the Isa. How these Kurajog, or sun dwellers, can exist here in summer is a mystery. My arms were peeled even in the month of December, and my companions, panting with heat, poured forth reproaches upon the rising sun.
After a brisk morning's walk of about 12 miles, we're in sight of Dahir's camp. In fact, this type of nomadic life has probably changed little since Burton's day.
So how many wives does he got?
Only one he has. Only one.
That's enough, that's enough. More than one is trouble. And the camels are well? They're very good. All the camels are good. Now, in so many areas of the Somali region now, do not find a tent like that. Because they are using plastic and canvas. But you see here how the house and all of the materials.
Very original, yeah.
It's good to see, eh? The Issa in particular pride themselves on their hospitality. Burton talks extensively of receiving food and a place to sleep, and the situation is no different today, and it's a matter of honour. that when nightfall comes, if a traveller is in the vicinity, that a family, a rare, is obliged to offer them a place to sleep and something to eat. And in fact, many Somali nomads believe that if a traveller passes them by without stopping as nightfall comes, then it will besmirch their name. And that's a wonderful code of ethics. It means people can travel freely without having to take with them anything.
The only thing necessary that you can carry is wezu.
Yeah, water
Just
bottle,
water container. That's all.
But one of the conditions for that hospitality is that you bring news. Because,
that is true. That's
because
true.
for Somalis,
That's true.
news is food.
That's true. That's
And without news, without information,
yeah.
Somalis cannot survive.
Yes, that's
So
true.
if you speak to any Somali in the bush here, he will have an opinion about Bill Clinton or Tony Blair.
That is it.
And Burton was absolutely amazed to find deep in the interior of Somalia that the Somalis knew about the Crimean War, and they knew about incidents that he had not heard about.
The headman inquires, what is the news? The informant would communicate the important fact that he has been to the well. It is good news, if Allah please. Wasida, even so, respond the listeners, intoning or rather groaning the response. I mounted mule this morning, even so. I departed from ye riding, even so. There, with a scream and pointing out the direction with a stick. Even so, there I went, even so, I feared nothing, even so. At last I came upon cattle tracks. Hoo, hoo, hoo. An ominous pause follows this exclamation of astonishment. They were fresh, even so. At last I saw sticks, even so. Stones, even so. Water, even so. A well! Then follows the palaver, wherein he distinguishes himself who can rivet the attention of the audience for at least an hour without saying anything in particular.
Dahir.
Pass one another. Very fantastic.
This is the original Somali welcome. Camel's milk is a symbol of peace and prosperity and friendship and everything that is good and healthy about Somali society. That when you arrive in someone's camp, in the evening they immediately bring you this gorof, this milking vessel full of camel's milk. And no greater welcome could you expect or appreciate. And as you can see, it's literally this minute being milked. It's still got a good head of froth on it. And that is, as Osman says, the ice cream. And you see it's already smeared around his moustache.
I like that ice cream. Give me this one.
And now I've got it on my nose as well.
Yeah.
It's a full food in itself. For 10 days, I've lived on camel's milk alone, just wandering, and it gives you everything you need. It's very satisfying milk. And it is the nutritional staple of the Somali nomad.
Oh, sorry. I finished my ice cream.
Yes, you see, here is an addict.
The arrival of guests in any pastoral community is bound to create interest and will draw people from all over the area. The Isa are renowned for their dances, and this one, in fact, is one of their famous war dances.
Traveling among the Bedouin, I found them kind and hospitable. A pinch of snuff or a handful of tobacco sufficed to win every heart. I was petted like a child, forced to drink milk and to eat mutton. Girls were offered to me in marriage. The people begged me to settle amongst them, to head their predatory expeditions, free them from lions, and kill their elephants.